When it comes to travel, there are many influences that make us want to pack our suitcase, hop on a plane, and visit a destination. Some of these influences are books, movies, TV series, or the old school word of mouth. Today, I'm going to introduce you to 5 top books that will inspire you to travel. Book number 5, Dane Traveler. Actually, the Dane Traveler is an Instagram content creator that influences and inspires people to want to travel. So I actually found out about this book because I've heard about the Dane Traveler from word of mouth and being part of the Instagram community. And I actually met Natasha Yakub, who is the founder of the Dane Traveler, a lovely girl from the Midwest, similar to where I grew up in. And she's very nice. She gave me a book, which I'm really glad that she did because it helps me with my wanderlust during this quarantine time. I can now add certain countries to my lists to plan for the future after coronavirus. How wonderful, illustrious content with captivating photos that make you just want to jump in and just visit these countries has also transferred to this book as well. You can see images of Italy, Iran, Lebanon, just you name it, countries all over the world on her feed. In the Dame Traveler book, her theme is a captivating photo. This book is divided into 4 sections: architecture, water, culture, and nature. So basically, this book is a compilation of contributors from mostly Instagram that have wonderful images of their travels. Natasha basically reached out to these contributors to help her create this wonderful book. I highly suggest that you get it as well. Why I love this book is basically, like I mentioned, is a way to feed my wanderlust. It takes me into another world. Natasha does a great job with captivating viewers with her images. They're illustrious, they're vibrant, they're colorful, they're lively. Yeah, and then it also gives you a little bit of information about the location as well, some fun facts of the places, and of course, it also highlights beautiful content creators that are doing wonderful jobs showcasing these locations as well. Number 4, The Best Beekeeper of Lalibela, A Tale from Africa. This book is about a brave Ethiopian girl who loves honey, and it covers the stories of her challenges to her triumph while trying to achieve her dream of becoming a beekeeper, which at that time in the book, according to the book, was thought to be a man's job. Ethiopia is one of these countries I've been recently curious about for many reasons. And Lalibela is a very unique town as well. I've never read this book actually, but I was recommended it. And so let's find out a little bit more about this book. So according to Goodreads, this is what The Best Beekeeper of Lalibela is about. In the mountains of Ethiopia, a young girl named Almaz vows that one day her honey will be the best in the land. But the other beekeepers laugh her away and tell her it's men's work. Determined in her goal, Almaz decides to use her brains to prove them wrong. I mean, if that doesn't inspire you to want to pick this book and read it, I don't know what else will. Why I love this book mostly is because, like I mentioned before, Ethiopia is a country that I've been recently curious about. Ethiopia is a great civilization in the history of mankind. It's played a huge role during the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him. At that time was known as Abyssinia, and the Abyssinians helped the Prophet during his difficult times in Mecca. This is why Ethiopia, one of the reasons why Ethiopia has been on my mind. This particular book actually makes me want to go to Lalibela. Lalibela is one of the holiest cities in Ethiopia. It's best known for their churches that are carved from the earth. One of the famous churches is the Church of St. George. By the way, have you seen the way Ethiopians dance? That's some shoulder power right there. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it out. Number 3, Geography of Bliss by Eric Weiner. A quick Google search will show you that the happiest country on earth is Finland. But is it really? Eric Weiner, the author of the book, goes on this expedition to find out what happiness is and where the happiest country is in the world. And this is what the book is all about. What defines happiness? And from the book, basically shows that happiness is not one factor. People are happy for different reasons, and happiness should be measured as such. There shouldn't be one method to determine what happiness is. I really highly suggest that you read this book. It's kind of like a memoir. It's hilarious, it's educative, it's insightful as well. In the book, The Geography of Bliss, he divides each content table by certain countries that he wanted to highlight and what happiness means for them. Some of the few ones that really stood out to me was like Iceland, where happiness equals failure; Switzerland, happiness equals boredom; Moldova, happiness is somewhere else; and India and Thailand, happiness is not thinking about happiness. If you want to know exactly some more detail about these countries that I just highlighted, you will have to check my Instagram highlights titled Books to see more information about that. I really kind of, delved into his book and discussed a little bit more about it. Why I love this book obviously will inspire you to want to visit the countries that he mentioned. It also makes you think about happiness itself, what it means to you. Happiness means different things to different people. That's basically the summary of the book. And thanks to Eric Weiner, I became curious about Bhutan. Book number 2, The Silk Roads by Peter Frankopan. It covers civilization starting from the east rather than from the west. It also highlights and emphasizes that most of modernizations that we have today in the West, when I say West, I mean Western Europe and United States or America, in the Americas, came from the East actually. So the book covers like civilizations in China, Central Asia, up to the Balkans, and it's a very insightful book. According to the description on Amazon about the book, it says Frankopan realigns our understanding of the world, pointing us eastward. It was on the Silk Roads that East and West first encountered each other through trade and conquest, leading to the spread of ideas, cultures, and religions, from the rise and fall of the empires to the spread of Buddhism and the advent of Christianity and Islam, right up to the Great Wars of the 20th century. This book shows how the fate of the West has always been inextricably linked to the East. Why do I love this book? It makes me want to visit Central Asia. Central Asia is on the top of my list. Uzbekistan, I am looking right at you. I would love to visit Uzbekistan very soon. Hopefully when this quarantine ends. Azerbaijan. For me, these cultures are very unique and they're not told as much as they should. I just feel like education, history should be told from all angles, and Central Asia is one of those underrepresented places in the Western world, and the English-speaking world. And this book inspires me to wanna visit. It enforces my urge to want to visit Central Asia. The award-winning book on this list is book number 1, The Alchemist. This book is always the top of the list when it comes to inspirations for travel, and for great reasons. According to Amazon's description, Paulo Coelho's masterpiece tells the mystical story of Santiago, an Andalusian shepherd boy who yearns to travel in search of a worldly treasure. His quests will lead him to riches far different and far more satisfying than he ever imagined. Santiago's journey teaches us about the essential wisdom of listening to our hearts, of recognizing opportunities, and learning to read the omens strewn along life's path, and most importantly, to follow our dreams. Why I love this book: I'm always down for messages that inspire one to fulfill his or her dreams. The Alchemist fulfills this role. The Alchemist covers Spain, Morocco, and Egypt, countries in Africa and Europe that have rich history. And these are parts of the world that I'm usually curious about. And this is why I like the book. All right, that's that for now. These are the top 5 books to check out if you want to feel inspired to travel, especially during this time, and take notes for the future. What are your thoughts? Do you think that I missed anything on this list, or do you have any more suggestions of books that I haven't mentioned on this list? I would love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to comment down in the section below. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye. Hasta luego.